Salon has this article. It's a bloodbath. Fox News loses more than half of audience after axing Tucker Carlson. Now, if a lot of news shows have been covering this in the past week or two, Tucker Carlson pretty much got fired from Fox News. He's been there for years. He was pretty much their top personality on Fox News. Millions of people would, I think millions, would tune in every single night to watch him talk about, about how minorities are ruining the country and things like that. Pretty awful things. I laugh, but the stuff he says is pretty awful. He pushed the narrative that the election was stolen, and it was due to the, I believe they're called Dominion Company's election machines. So he pushed this narrative that these machines helped Joe Biden steal the presidency. Fox News pushed this a whole bunch. Eventually, Dominion took them to court. Well, they were going to take them to court. They ended up settling out of court for around $700 million. And I believe that's about a year of revenue for Fox or its parent company. I can't quite remember, but $700 million. So essentially what happened is this guy was a big factor in causing Fox News $700 million. And so they axed him. And so now they're doing, we'll just look at this article here. Hundreds of thousands of Fox News viewers have switched off the channel after the network fired top primetime host Tucker Carlson on Friday. Substitute host Brian Kilmeade garnered 1.33 million audience members during the 8 p.m. Eastern slot on Wednesday, down 56% from the 3.05 million viewers who turned in to watch Carlson last Wednesday, according to Nielsen ratings flagged by the Associated Press. So 3 million to 1.3 million viewers because this guy left. The dip in viewership allowed MSNBC's Chris Hayes to overtake Fox in ratings, a popularity contest that Carlson used to dominate. The conservative host had an average audience of 3.03 million people for all of 2022, making it the second most popular program on cable television after Fox's The Five. I'm not familiar with The Five. When approached for comment, Fox sent a statement saying that for 21 years, it's been cable news' most watched network and has a team trusted by more viewers than any other news source. Media reporter Brian Stelter noted in a tweet on Friday that Fox's audience ratings plummeted from 2.65 million watching Carlson's final show last Friday to 2.59 million on Monday, 1.7 million on Tuesday, and 1.33 million on Wednesday. So as someone on the right, that's fantastic. Fewer people watching that's, increasingly right-wing news, not news, but cable channel. And Fox News is just complete brain poisoning, essentially. There have been studies, I can certainly, if confronted, I can certainly pull them up. I don't have them off the top of my head, but there's been studies that have showed that Fox News viewers are actually less informed than people who don't watch the news at all. Right? So if you don't watch the news, you're better off not watching the news than watching Fox News. And people like Tucker Carlson really aren't journalists, aren't news. What they are is just spewing propaganda, right-wing propaganda, to their audience every single night. And it's better if there's fewer people to do that. Now, I really like this quote here. When approached for comment, Fox sent a statement saying that for 21 years, it's been cable news's most watched network and has a team trusted by more viewers than any other news source. And I point that out because Fox News, their anchors, their viewers, people go on their website, right-wingers, they all rail against the mainstream media and the elites all day long. But the truth is that Fox News is the biggest mainstream media I use the term news network very loosely, in the in the United States. So you can't be railing against elites and um, mainstream media if you are the mainstream media. I've always found that funny, and that's really similar to how Trump got elected. Trump railed against um, the elites, the rich people, things like that, and that's exactly what he was. So I think it's very reflective on their voters of the messaging that they send to their voters and votes that they end up voting for. I'll just say that.